Hello friends, in this video we will look at the mathematical intuition or geometrical intuition behind the linear regression and some of the concepts that we need to be aware of before we are very clear with these concepts. So linear regression as a concept, as we know, it's basically a model, a mathematical model that represents the relationship between some input variables and output variables, right? So if you take an example, so let me quickly show you, right? So basically, if you take an example of a person's salary with respect to the person's experience, right? So we're trying to model the relationship between experience of a person with the salary. So if you look at it, we can take different samples of people. On the x-axis we have experience with of different ranges, and on the y-axis we have salary, and these points basically are representing for different experience levels on the x-axis what is the corresponding value or what is the corresponding salary value on the y-axis. So if we represent all of them in a plane on this xy axis, and we try to plot a line that goes through these points, then we basically are saying that there is a linear relationship between these parameters. So we can explain these relationship through a linear regression equation, right? So if you look at this line here, right, so this line basically is going through the points, but it is not exactly fitting all the points. But what really happens is it is trying to explain some direction in the relationship, and also it's saying, hey, there is some pattern here which is linear in nature. And if you look at different points, the points are having some distance between their actual value versus, if you look at the line, on the line for that x-axis, it is having some particular y value, and then the actual point is at a different distance. Now this distance is what is called as an error, right? It's an error with respect to our prediction, right? So it's an error with respect to our linear regression model as such. So in that sense, the distance between all these points and the values that are there on these lines is on the line for that particular for the corresponding x value, we call it as an error. And the problem here is we want to draw in linear regression, especially in machine learning, we want to draw a line that has the least error as possible, right? So just to go a little bit into the maths again, we might know that for a line there are two important properties. One is slope and one is intercept, right? So the slope is basically you can think of as the rate of change for 1 unit of change in the x. What is the rate of change that happens in the y value? So that basically determines slope, right? So if we remember from our mathematical concepts before, so if you look at this line, at between any two x values, the slope is going to be constant, right? So a line can be described through intercept and slope, right? Intercept is basically the value of y when the x is 0, right? When there is zero experience, let's think of it in this case for a fresher who is trying to get into a get into the first time job, right? The salary would be some value, so you can think of it as that's the intercept, right? So and then as the experience grows, the salary would be linearly of course in some cases it could be exponential, but then in general, in most of the cases it is linear, right? So these two parameters really describe a linear line, a linear line that is fitting some relationship here. Now in the context of machine learning, what we're trying to do is we're trying to draw a best line, because here we don't know the slope and we don't know the intercept. The problem here is we want to draw a line that best explains, that means that goes through the maximum number of points, as many points as possible, and these red lines here, the distance between the point and the actual, that blue and black points, they are called as actual values, right? And when you actually project it, when you draw that red line onto the line, so that is what our equation is giving the y value, right? So that distance is supposed to be minimal for all those points together, right? If you take the distances for all the points and we sum them, so that distance is supposed to be minimal. So that means you could draw a different line like this with a different slope and with a different intercept. Now and then we could compute what is the overall error for that, for all these points, or it could be a different line like this. And if we draw like that, we can also try to draw different possible lines with different slopes and intercepts that goes through the maximum number of points, and the error is minimal, right? So this is basically the concept behind linear regression, right? So here we don't have the value of slope or intercept. All we have is the values of x and y. So the problem here becomes, given with a set of x and y values, right, we're trying to find a line that has the least possible error. So this is exactly the problem with linear regression that we're trying to solve. We actually have different sets of data. We call some set of data as training data. So training data is the one where we know both x and y, right? So with the known inputs and known outputs, the algorithm will learn. We will train the machine with that data, and within the data we will also take what is called as testing data. So within this data itself, we will divide them into training data and testing data. So we'll first fit the model with this part of the training data, and then we will use part of the data as test data, and then we will try to figure out what is the accuracy of the prediction. And then once we are confident about the performance of the algorithm, we will then deploy that, and then we will use it for the production data. So that is actually when we are done with the deployment of the model, and we are able to use it on the live data. So there is also one more concept called as gradient descent. This is a very important concept using which the algorithm figures out what is the best slope or the best coefficient to arrive at, right? So as we have seen in the previous slide, the crux of the problem here is which is the slope or which is the intercept at which the error is minimal. So how does the algorithm learns it, right? It has to start at a random point, a random value of slope. Let's say it started at this particular point, or let's say it started at this particular point, right? Then it determines what is the error at that level, right? And then it actually uses a concept called as gradient descent. So what it actually means is it looks at what should be the next possible slope from here, right? So one approach is it can actually do it infinitely many possible values of m, and then it figures out what are all the errors for all those values, and then it looks at what is the global minima, which is nothing but the least error possible scenario. But then that is not the most efficient, right? So it uses the mathematical concepts here called derivations, right? So in derivations, we basically look at exponentially aligned areas or graphs, and we want to find out a slope here, right? See, at this particular point, right, the slope at this particular point is actually downward oriented, right? So that means you have a it indicates us that there is a much more lower chances of error if we move right from here, right? So that means it really determines what is the next possible value and in which direction it should go, whether it should go in this direction of slope or whether it should go in this direction of slope, right? So if it goes in this direction of slope, it will get a higher error here, right? Whereas if it goes in the right direction of the slope, it will get lower error, right? So this is where the concepts of derivatives in mathematics are used to find out the derivative of error when along with a unit of slope, right? It is called d of error by d of slope, right, in the derivative terms, right? So that indicates the slope at that particular point. So and then it really uses an equation to compute the next possible m value, and at this point they also use a concept called as learning rate. So that's a little bit advanced topic, but learning rate, you can think of it as something that will be a constant that will be multiplied with the derivative, and then that value would be either added to the previous slope value or it will be subtracted from the previous slope value to get the next slope value. Let's say over here, if you got a derivative of, let's say some particular unit, and you would actually subtract this value, the m value at this particular point, with the multiple of the learning rate and the derivative. So whatever value that comes, it actually takes that next slope. So in this context, the slope could be this one. So it starts learning from there. The next time it might get this slope, and it will learn from there. And at that point of time, it looks at the slope and then it still thinks, hey, I have to move leftwards from here. And when it is here, it will, using this concept, it will know, hey, I want to move rightwards from here, so that there is a global minima that I can arrive at. So this is the concept that actually um, the linear regression algorithm uses to arrive at the global minima. Again, I'm not going through the mathematical equations. I think they are a little bit advanced, but we could go through it in some other video. I will definitely come up with that. But for now, so long as we understand these two concepts, right? One is the global minima, and the concept of the error, and the overall error that is associated with a line that is plotted, right? So as long as we understand those concepts, I think we can move forward with the implementation, and we can learn things as they come up, right? So that's the quick overview, or the quick background about the mathematical intuition for linear regression. So in the next video, we will see the implementation. Thank you.